Yo, what's going on, guys? So apparently subscribing to your favorite channels on youtube.com literally doesn't matter. It only matters if you have the notification bell on with all notifications on. So to anybody who likes my content even a little bit or just wants to support me, please turn on all notifications for this channel. Thank you. So unfortunately, I am a member of Generation Z, and our generation sucks. A bunch of teenagers think communism is the answer to everything wrong in the world. Some people really want America to actually split in half and become two different nations, which is pretty ironic considering the country's name is the United States of America. But overall, Gen Z, speaking as a Gen Zer, is the most entitled, ignorant generation I think this country has ever had. And part of the problem is that nobody is really disciplined whatsoever. The internet, I think nowadays, is mostly filled with people from the age of 13 to 24 that just say whatever they think whenever they think it with total impunity. And nowadays, if somebody says some dumb shit, which is literally happening on a nanosecond to second basis, and you as a normal person didn't like the dumb shit that that person just said, it's more likely than not that you're gonna be judged for not liking the dumb shit that somebody said, which is gonna discourage you from actually speaking the truth that you feel. And since you now feel discouraged from calling out or criticizing somebody that said something stupid, these people are just gonna keep saying things that are stupider and stupider. And I'm pretty sure things have hit their worst point in the past 2 years, because don't get me wrong, cancel culture has always been a thing in some shape or form. I think about like iDubbbz content cops. If iDubbbz made a content cop on somebody and everybody agreed with what iDubbbz were saying, that person who had the video made on them would lose a lot of subscribers and essentially, I guess, get canceled. But that was good because the reason that that person got canceled was because of the thing that people don't do anymore, and that's call out dumb shit. Do you see where I'm getting at? Like, things have actually flipped the complete opposite direction now, where if you're the person who wants to call out dumb shit, people are gonna try to cancel you. I have no doubt in my mind that if iDubbbz was to make a content cop nowadays on somebody who has a, any sort of following, that this content cop would probably be his most disliked content cop to ever be released. Now, aside from that, going back to cancel culture in general, I think the reason why cancel culture has gotten so much worse in the past 2 years can be tied back to two things. In hindsight, I think the pandemic caused so much more damage than I thought it did, especially peak lockdown. Like, let's say peak lockdown was 2 or 3 months. I think those 2 or 3 months actually caused irreversible damage to the internet. Obviously, I have no like empirical proof to say, oh yeah, this is when and where it happened and this is why it happened, right? Because that would be impossible. But I really think that if we want the internet to be fun again, that it's gonna take some effort, which leads me to my second reason why I think cancel culture has blown up in the past 2 years, and it's about association. People associate people with things, and people also associate things with people. If I say Michael Jordan, you probably associate him with basketball. If I say basketball, you might think about Michael Jordan. This all ties back to cancel culture because people want to associate with what is socially acceptable to be associated with. A good example, I think, is that, I could say now, oh yeah, I'm a gamer, right? Like, I play video games in my free time. Nobody would even bat an eye at that because that is socially acceptable to be associated with. The gaming community, people are fine with gamers mostly. If I said I'm a gamer, I play computer games like 20 or 30 years ago, that would be weird. For some reason, nowadays, we've made it okay and socially acceptable to associate with people that literally take pleasure in ending other people's careers and attacking their livelihood. And I am absolutely sick and tired of that being the norm. Part of why I make the videos about YouTubers getting canceled, and why I almost always defend them, is to try to get the ball rolling on making associating with cancel culture at all cringe and socially unacceptable. Because if we want people to start speaking their mind, and if we want to get funny YouTubers that don't care about what 14-year-old Twitter users have to say about them, these Twitter users should not feel comfortable even trying to cancel people in the first place. But they do. They feel completely fine doing this, and it's not just 14-year-old Twitter users, it's also grown adults on Twitter and people pretty much of all ages on social media. Think about Dave Chappelle. I wasn't going to talk about this, and I'm going to make this brief, but Dave Chappelle is a comedian who made a comedy special that got canceled because he literally told jokes, that's it. And people at Netflix did a walkout in the middle of their job to protest this comedy special and demand that it gets removed off YouTube, or I'm sorry, Netflix. And for some reason on the modern day 2021 internet, I see more people siding with these individuals walking out because of they were upset by some jokes than people telling these people that did walkouts that they are out of their minds and need to get back to work. So we've clearly addressed the problem as to why nothing is fun. It's because people do not want to tell jokes jokes, or people don't want to be funny, and they don't want to speak their minds in fear of scrutiny. I don't think the internet is beyond saving, but I have no doubt that if nothing happens in the next 2 or 3 years, then we're probably never gonna see the internet the way that we once did. So here's what you guys can do to try to help this happen, because this is obviously gonna be a gradual thing that's gonna happen if it does happen. First thing I would say is to speak your mind, okay? You have to be part of it. If you saw a dank meme on Twitter and you really want to repost it because you think it's funny, but you don't think that your audience is gonna take it the right way, that is on your audience, my friend. Retweet that tweet, and if they don't find it funny, that's on them. Second thing you can do is that if you see somebody actively speaking their mind, or somebody fighting against cancel culture in a small scale or a big scale, please do support them. Just like their tweets, follow them, back them up, and if you can contact them, tell them that you love what they're doing and you think they're funny or whatever. Anyways, I just want the internet to be fun again. I'm tired of people walking on eggshells to try to appease what they think will be the masses. Most influencers have stopped trying to have opinions, and they've tried to have the opinions that they think their audience will have, and that's obviously anti-authenticity and anti-fun. So if you want, you know, funny creators to speak their mind, then you gotta support them, or you can be that next funny creator. Speak your mind. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys later. Peace.